What's going on, basketball fans, and welcome back to NBA GOAT News. Today, we're diving into a question that's been sparking debates from Chicago to New York to Memphis. Does Derrick Rose deserve a spot in the Hall of Fame? Let's get into it. First, let's rewind to where it all started. Derrick Rose was a basketball prodigy from the streets of Chicago, a McDonald's All-American, the #1 pick in the 2008 NBA draft, and by his third season, he became the youngest MVP in NBA history at just 22 years old. That's right, 22. Rose was the definition of box office. His speed, athleticism, and creativity were unmatched, but his career isn't just about the highlights. It's about the story, and that's where things get complicated. In 2012, the basketball world held its breath when Rose tore his ACL during the playoffs. It was the first of many injuries that derailed his career. For years, it felt like every time he got back up, life knocked him down again. But here's the thing, Derrick Rose's story didn't end there. Instead of letting injuries define him, he showed us what resilience looks like. From dropping a 50-point game with the Timberwolves to becoming a valuable veteran presence in New York, Rose reinvented himself. So, does Derrick Rose's case for the Hall of Fame hold up? Let's break it down. On one hand, he's got the accolades, an MVP award, 3 All-Star appearances, and a career that inspired millions. On the other hand, his injuries prevented him from achieving the sustained dominance we often associate with Hall of Famers. But here's the wild card. The Basketball Hall of Fame isn't just about NBA success. It's about the overall impact on the game. And there's no denying that Derrick Rose left an incredible mark on basketball culture. Even some of the game's greatest players have weighed in, calling Rose one of the most talented point guards they've ever seen.
Even when a superhero is knocked down, he's still a superhero.
I think it's about time that he got his flowers.
And fans, they've stuck with him through thick and thin. Just ask any Chicago Bulls or Knicks fan what Derrick Rose means to them. And then there's the emotional connection. Rose's journey resonates with anyone who's ever faced challenges and fought their way back. That's something stats can't fully capture. Let's put Rose's career into perspective. Players like Bill Walton and Tracy McGrady had injury-riddled careers but still made it to the Hall of Fame. Why? Because their peaks were so extraordinary that they overshadowed the valleys. Rose's MVP season is arguably one of the greatest individual campaigns ever. And let's not forget, Rose inspired a generation. From his signature Adidas sneakers to his influence on how young guards play the game, his legacy goes beyond the box score. Of course, not everyone is sold. Critics argue that a Hall of Famer needs longevity and consistent production over an extended period. They point to players like Chauncey Billups or Tony Parker, whose careers were more steady, as better examples of Hall of Fame worthy resumes. But here's the counterpoint. Is the Hall of Fame only about numbers, or is it about the moments and the impacts players leave behind? So here's the verdict. While Rose's career may not have followed the traditional Hall of Fame blueprint, his impact, his story, and his perseverance make a compelling case. If the Hall of Fame is about greatness, resilience, and inspiration, then Derrick Rose's name deserves serious consideration. But ultimately, this isn't just my call. It's up to fans, analysts, and Hall of Fame voters to decide. So, what do you think? Should Derrick Rose be enshrined in the Hall of Fame, or does he fall just short? Let me know in the comments below, and while you're at it, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a deep dive like this.